What's up, party people? It's Danny Brams here with the Charlotte Soccer Show, and we're here for a late Sunday night edition of your favorite franchise, Decoding the Presser. We're going to talk about Karol Swiderwski, who was kind enough to speak with the press for a rare appearance in front of a microphone and cameras. Karol doesn't usually talk, but they tracked him down, they cornered him. They didn't let him leave until he talked to some folks on Saturday night after the win against Montreal. So we're going to listen to what he said and evaluate it and talk about whether we like what he's had to say or not, because Karol is certainly a mercurial figure here in the Charlotte soccer fan base. Most people love him. Some people aren't sure what to think about him. But while we're here, before we get to the words Karol had to say, let's see what Karol had to do.
Here he gets it. Zabata from Abiel, and Abada with Sirois spilling, and Swiderski stealing the spoils.
Swiderski stealing the spoils. You got to love the call from Neil Sika.
Those fall to you, and Swiderski is rolling this past week, 1-0.
Big Neil Sika fan. This is the Pro Neil Sika podcast. Love the guy.
Look at him, number 10. He's playing right wing. He's gone all the way over to the left to get a little touch, and that opens up space for Abada. He strikes it. Sirois got to do better with that, but Swiderski doesn't mind. He's sniffing around for anything. Oof. And he gets
avoids the foul, gets the toe to it first.
Swiderski, he's had his tail up from the start of the game. He's been live. He's been alive and bright, and he deserves that, following it up. Putting it into the back of the net. 1-0 Charlotte FC.
Agree with Lloyd Sam there. He deserves that because he worked really hard, and there goes the hands behind the ears. Classic Karol, right? You got to love that. And then, like I said, here he is talking to folks after the game. What he doesn't usually do. So, heard he might have tried to sneak out of previous post-game media opportunities when he had been requested, but this time there was no denying it. So let's listen to what he has to say.
I think,
and go from there. All right.
The whole season in general was really good for us. I know maybe when I come, like the first 5-6 games, we didn't play so good, but now I think our connection in the final third is really better, and I hope game by game we will play even better. So yeah, good performance tonight, and we are happy we take 3 points, and yeah, now we need to take the rest 3-4 days and then think about the next game against DC.
How do you think the connections have gotten better?
I think you can see like every pass, even 1-2 or shoot, we understand each other more, and then like when Liel shoot, I know he have good shoot, so I try to go to goalkeeper, and then today I score, so I think we know more what everyone can give for the team. So I think, like I said before, everyone can see the connection is
Can
better.
you describe that goal?
I kind of like what he has to say there. He says the first 5 or 6 games he didn't play so well. He actually did have a couple really nice open play chances from that very first game against Austin, which I will never forget because I was sitting right there in the front row watching him blow those chances. But, he's echoing what Dean has said there, which you got to give him credit for. Love to see everyone on the same page as the gaffer. And the more you play with guys, the more you know how they play, right? And so he's very correct when he talks about how he knows Leo's going to shoot, and so he knows to follow up, how to follow up, where to be on the follow-up. We saw that with the goal. That was a rocket from Abada that Sirois couldn't even handle, and Karol knows, hey, if the rebound falls, this is where I need to be to get it. So credit to him. And he got it done and got us an early lead in that game on Saturday night, which Charlotte FC really needed against Montreal, because it was a game that they really wanted to win, as we talk about playoff positioning, which we'll get to in a second.
A little bit more like what you were thinking and what you did there.
I see Lille, he want to shoot, so I know he have strong shoot, so I just go for rebounds, and then the goalkeeper didn't catch the ball, and then I can score easy goal. So I'm happy with the goal because it's the 3rd goal in the row. So I hope every game I will have chance to score, and then I will score.
Ever since, Grant,
I like that. He's talking about, he called it an easy goal. It didn't look that easy. He had to slide in there, and he had to make sure if you remember, they took a long look at the review on there because they were worried, was that a foul? Did he foul the goalkeeper or not? But he hustled his ass off and got in there, got his toe to it. You know, you want a toe, I'll get you a toe, dude. I'll get you a toe by midnight with nail polish. And Karol's toe was certainly in the right place at the right time there. So I don't know if I agree necessarily that's an easy goal. I think he's being a little too modest there, a little too humble. And Karol, give yourself more credit. You had to work for that goal, my man.
The goal in Miami, you know, kind of it's opened up the floodgates for you. Any like special thank you to him after, you know?
Yeah, for sure. When you don't score like 4, 5, 6 games in the row, you start to think what is wrong, you know, and you try to move in the place where you don't need to move, you know, and then sometimes one goal for the striker especially can change a lot, and then I think this goal in Miami, maybe someone will say lucky, but coach always say to me, try to be in the 5 yards box, and I try to be there, and then finally I score against Miami, and now I think I play better.
One goal changes everything. You got to love it. And I just love the fact that he keeps talking about listening to the coach, doing what the coach said. We love you, Dino. Dino is always at the wheel, as they say. We can pop that up real quick. Dino's at the freaking wheel. Dino's always at the wheel. That's been the mantra since preseason out in Coachella. And Karol was here for preseason briefly, but then he left. But he's still listening to the coach even now that he's back.
I think our fans in every game, home especially, they give us a lot of power. So today
Love
they
that.
open all stadium. The fan was a little bit more fans, but I think generally I can say like always the atmosphere is really nice here.
All right, last one.
That's what you better say, Karol. That's what you better say. And then I hear the voice of Woody Wilder saying, last one. What? We've only been up here for 4 minutes. What? I mean, come on. We're trying to grill this guy, Woody.
Is this what you were hoping for when you came back from Italy? A run like this?
Go, Karol.
You know, when I come back, it was not easy for me because, you know, like half of the fans, they say like, we don't need you. Some they say like, oh, nice, he's back. So, you know, I try to don't read this, to don't check this in the internet, you know, in Twitter or Instagram. But, you know, when sometimes even if you don't want to see, you will see this. But from the first day when I come back, I try to be focused in every training to push, to play the best how I can, you know. So I'm happy now. I play like before when I leave to Italy.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll give Karol credit for self-awareness there. He certainly understands that half the fans were happy to see him back and half were like, we don't need this guy. But, you know, a lot of that has to do with the way that he left. So sorry, Karol, you're not going to get off on that one. That's just kind of the way it is. But I'll tell you what, fans are fickle fools and fickle folks. And I think everyone's happy to see Karol back now. There's certainly no one who would say we don't need him now. The way he's scoring 4 goals in 3 matches, looking very nice. And yeah, he's winning fans back over. He's folks that might have abandoned Karol in the past. He's getting them back, and that's very good. It's great to see him in form heading to the playoffs. The goal he scored against Chicago, where him and Pep had the little interplay, that's a goal of the year contender for me, and that was just a really beautiful thing. This goal that he scored against Montreal was nice. It's nice to hear from Karol. I'm glad we can decode that a little bit and sort of hear. You know, you can see. You know, you could see. You know, players are humans too, and this guy's getting paid a lot of money. He's the highest paid player on the team, right? So we got to, at least as far as we know. And with that comes, you know, the fact that you're going to have to take some criticism sometimes, especially when it's warranted. I think no one's criticizing him now. I think there's a lot of people that want to see Karol be part of the long-term future of this team. So we shall see. Others may be like, well, hey, at least he's scoring so that, you know, we can raise up that sale price. Who knows? But we don't know what the situation is going to be with Karol next year. But we do know, as we look at the table here real quick, Charlotte is sitting in 6th after New York City won here on Sunday. 4th is out of reach now with 1 game left to go. Decision day 2 weeks from now. We play DC. In DC, that's going to be a tough matchup. It's looking like Charlotte's going to end up 6th or 7th. It's probably going to be a matchup with Columbus or Cincinnati in the playoffs. I personally would like to see Cincinnati. I think most fans would figure Cincinnati's the club we want to face more so than Columbus. You can see Cincinnati's lost 3 in a row, where Charlotte has 3 wins out of the last 4, while Columbus keeps chugging along, and certainly Inter Miami is a bit of a juggernaut. But are they a vulnerable juggernaut? Is Miami going to run out of steam? I don't know. New York City looks like a team nobody wants to play in the playoffs. New York City versus Miami in a potential second-round matchup would be electric for sure. New York Red Bulls play Columbus on decision day. We play DC, so hopefully the Red Bulls just do us a solid and lose, and then it won't matter if we lose and we can stay ahead of them in 6th. I really want that Cincinnati matchup myself personally. John Hayes and I will be back. We promise. We got an episode planned to tape Monday night. If I can tease that, this is just a little quick hitter. Thanks for giving us 10 minutes here on YouTube. We love you. Please like and subscribe the video. As always, it's always makes us feel good. Put a little pep in our step, Pep BL style. And great to hear from Karol. He didn't have much to say, but he kind of revealed a little bit there when it comes to the way he does see the criticisms that have come from me, from others in the fan base. I'm not going to shy away from that. I have been anti-Karol at times. I've been pro-Karol at times. There was a time when he was my favorite player on the team. And there was a time when I was like, get rid of this guy. And, you know, maybe I'm a little fickle. Maybe I'm a flip-flopper. Maybe I'm a fair weather fan. You can call me whatever. I don't really care, because just like Karol Swiderwski, I don't see your criticism online on Twitter. I try not to pay attention to what people are saying about me on the internet, just like the athletes that I talk shit on myself. But thank you very much for watching. And as always, it is for the crown, baby.